Hello everyone, this is the VR month in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Unique event of its genre in this country. It is the first that is going to be held in the city of Goma in the eastern part of Congo. Amazing place. There will be different type of event. There will be live events where we will have to gather together to have this immersive experience. There will also be an online event where we are gathering different profile, the top of the notch of Africa. They will come from Egypt to Kenya, from Nigeria. They will be talking to you about a wide range of topics, unique topics, from how to build a studio to how to build content and how to immerse people in this kind of VR, what is happening in the metaverse and how to develop it. I'm inviting all of you to join this event. We will share with you this link where you can go and register so that you can be part of this event. We welcome all of you and we can't wait to see you.
Introduced augmented reality application, game development, hologram projection, and virtual reality, as well as many innovative digital installation. In 2016, he co-founded 5D VR, a company specializing in creating AR and VR content and experiences. So Majid has been in this field for the past 10 years, so he's going to give us a warm introduction. So without further ado, I'll introduce to you Majid. Welcome.
Thank you, Meti, for the introduction, and thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure. Hello, everyone. I hope during my talk today, I'll try to highlight the various use cases of the technology, immersive computing in general. Maybe show you some of the examples and have some discussion about the metaverse, what it's about, and where it's heading. Uh, I'll just share the screen just a second. And here we go. Okay. So, hello again. Once again, it's a real pleasure to be present with you today, although virtually. But I hope again during this talk we'll explore together various use cases of the technology and see where it's heading. Let me tell you a bit about myself to start with. As Meki mentioned, I'm Maged Farrag. Currently, I'm the creative and managing director of 5DVR, and I'm currently showing you our showreel from my first company that I founded actually in 1994. So this is nothing to do with what I'm doing now. This is the showreel of my first company, and at that time, back in the mid 90s and at that time we came at the intersection of media and technology, and the hype was about delivering innovative solutions and different use cases for cultural heritage, for training, pretty much what's happening now. But that was the technology of the time. So you can say that we have been doing whatever we are doing now for more than 20 or almost 30 years now. And we were lucky enough to have founded a joint venture with a Danish gaming company in 2011. And one of the first use cases that we started to explore was actually using augmented reality. We were very fortunate to work with the companies like Disney and Lego to see how we can use the technology in different use cases, in different contexts. In 2013, we founded 5D Agency, which is the mother company of 5DVR, and that's like mainly a one-stop digital marketing agency handling all clients' presence and interactions in the digital domain. And in 2016, we founded 5DVR. I'm currently showing you the latest showreel from 5DVR. And 5DVR is focusing mainly on delivering immersive computing solutions and technologies, mainly enterprise solutions, I would say, for businesses, for different use cases, from training, marketing, advertising, events. And we can say about ourselves that we're technology agnostic, so we're delivering across all various platforms, from PC-based VR experiences to standalone headsets, all the way to cardboard, if you wish. Even with mixed reality, we explored different use cases and different applications using HoloLens and Magic Leap. And we've always been trying to explore the horizontal landscape of the technology. And yeah, as you can see, we're proud to have such a global footprint. We have been dealing a lot with international clients for various requirements. Now let's talk about virtual reality to start with. When we talk about the metaverse and how this whole metaverse concept is coming to reality, if you want to say, well, I think having realized the concept of VR headsets that you can put on, and then you can get into a virtual world and see some interactions. This I think has been like one of the biggest building blocks in heading towards the metaverse. And it's not new. You can say that this has been, you know, featured in fictions and films, and even, you know, there's been some this is a headset that was released by Sega in 1992 or 93 on Consumer Electronics Show in the States. But definitely at that time, computers and display and all of that was not actually strong enough to deliver a good experience. So it was doomed to fail before it started. I think they just made a hype about it, made some press conferences, and they never released the product finally. So yeah, this has been going on for a long time, and just to clear any confusion, let's differentiate between augmented reality and virtual reality in a nutshell. You can say that virtual reality is about where the screen becomes your world. So when you put on a headset, whatever you're seeing inside, this is your new world, more or less. While in augmented reality, the world becomes your screen. So you can have computer generated content and laid out in context with the environment, the real environment that you're in. So one is about replacing the reality and having like a different virtual reality, and the other one is about fusing between the physical reality and the virtual content or objects. And these are just some of the headsets that came through. We can say that the official birth of VR happened in 2016 when Facebook, Oculus, now Meta, released or published their first commercial headset at the time. But there's been like many trials, and again, the technology has been developing very rapidly. There's many devices that you can see with different features that match and for different use cases. But I think, sorry, give me just. Okay, sorry for that. But I think the latest by Meta, the standalone headsets is where the future is heading, and this has been so powerful and taking the whole market by storm, if you want to say. And like I have put it in test, more or less. I gave one of these headsets when I first had it to a friend of mine, you can say, who has never tried VR before. And just it didn't take a long time. In 5 minutes, he found his way inside, although I didn't give him any instructions. So just the friction of putting on a headset without having to go through putting on too many cables or connecting a phone or whatever, this gave, I think, virtual reality a new dimension. Having, you know, everything inside out tracking, so you can have 6 degrees of freedom with a total standalone headset. So I think this is a big improvement, and this is where the technology is heading. And just to give you a comparison between just the first two versions, this on the left is the first Quest, Oculus Quest. This is or Meta Quest, as it's called now. The Meta Quest is the standalone headset I'm telling you about, and this is just in less than a year. This is the improvement that happened between Quest 1 and Quest 2 in the resolution. And also, it's not only in the resolution, of course, and the weight and the form shape and everything. It's improving, and that's only in a span of less than a year, I would say. But this is not the real limitation of the technology. I think, like I'm putting here in comparison, one of the most appreciated high-end VR headsets. Of course, this comes with, that has to run with a very powerful PC to deliver this kind of experience. This one claims to have human eye resolution, and it has, as you can see, it's 40 times higher resolution than the most advanced VR headsets on the market. This sells for almost $7,000 or $8,000. So there are some use cases where they actually need that type of fidelity and that type of quality and that type of interaction. And they actually have mixed different types of interaction. So they have a mixed reality mode where they let the cameras of the headsets feed in high resolution video, so you can have almost a mixed reality experience with the same headset. This is another headset by Canon. This one, I think, is the sale price is around $38,000 or something like that. And it has some, again, mixed reality features with motion tracking, motion sensing. So again, I'm just trying to give you like an idea of how the technology is developing very rapidly. And again, this is not where it's going to stop. In the latest research by Samsung and Stanford University, they are working on delivering 10,000 p per inches, pixel per inch OLED display. Just to put it in comparison, the highest iPhone has almost 500 ppi resolutions. So you can imagine this leap in the resolution, and then the ability to actually put the screens so close to your eye so you can get a much better and more immersive experience. And also, it's coming to contact lenses soon. So there's been this actual contact lens that they are trying to make it like a smart contact lens, and they have actually put the first prototype of this contact lens on test. So this is just exploring some of the technology and the developments, especially on the headsets. But I believe on the AR side, where we have AR Core and AR Kits on mobile devices, I think this is becoming very strong in delivering an augmented experience with the various capabilities. It's almost like holding a connected device. These devices, when you're playing with Xbox, it does motion tracking, background subtraction, object acquisition, like all the features of a full motion capture suite in your phone, right in your pocket. And it's developing so rapidly. This is one of the, again, how you can blend the virtual content and computer generated content with your existing environment, with a lot of tracking and sensing where it's put with in context with what you want to see. And definitely, when we talk about AR, we can't neglect the brilliant AR filters that are being created using, existing platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. This has opened also a new world of possibilities, not only for gimmicks, but also for product interaction, for communicating a message, or even conveying an emotion towards a certain subject or matter. And again, this one of the key, I would say, advantages about having the ability to deliver and implement AR solutions on these platforms, at the point of friction. You don't have to download an app. You just have to click and point on your face, and then it does all the recognition. And it's been also developing very rapidly because now you can do a lot more with these filters than what we used to do before, and it keeps evolving. And I say on the development side, it's not too challenging. There's a lot of learning content and material where you can create your own AR filters using these tools and technologies. And now to a more advanced, and I think this is also when it gets to the consumer side, things will change dramatically. We talk about the mixed reality. Mixed reality is almost like like augmented reality, but you have that on a headset, so you don't have to hold the phone, so it becomes natural. And definitely it has a lot of more features. So let me walk you through about some of the interesting use cases. So this is HoloLens 2 by Microsoft, which has been one of the first mixed reality headsets out in the market, for HoloLens 1, of course. And this is quite powerful. There's a lot that you can do with in mixed reality, and the device is equipped with the sensors that scan the place around you, so you can deliver, and also, of course, does like hand tracking and all the kind of gesture control and interactions that can deliver an unbelievable experience. And one of their interesting use cases, this is called holoportation. So they had one of their speakers, Microsoft speakers, delivering a conference in Japan while in real time doing the talking in English, and the avatar recreated in Japan was doing the talk in Japanese. So this is just some of the use cases where you can see people are really pushing the boundaries of the technology and seeing about what's next. Another headset, again, one of the interesting mixed reality headset is Magic Leap, and this has been on and off and going through a lot of ups and downs, but I believe they're back on track and now focusing on their enterprise solutions, and they're heading more actually towards releasing a newer version of their device. And most of the people in the industry, I believe also the consumers, if they knew about it, the Apple headset or the Apple Smart Glass. This has been rumored for quite a while, and we can't wait to have this kind of headset, because we know that when Apple releases such a headset, it will change the whole ecosystem, pretty much like with what they did with the smartphones back in the days. And like I'm telling you, all the developer community are actually following, the news about Apple hiring somebody with mixed reality or augmented reality and acquiring companies and submitting patents that are related to having this kind of smart headset. So this is supposedly happening sometime soon, towards the end of this year, of next year. So remember this, when this hits the market, a lot of things were going to change, and the whole ecosystem is going to evolve. This is another project by Facebook, by Meta now. It's called Project Area. It's also a very smart glass, and as you can see, what's interesting about it, the form shape. It's like a regular eyeglasses that you can easily put on, which was one of the findings that they found with the mixed reality, with the bulky headsets, the awkwardness of just putting on a headset and being in a public space, that was one of the barriers. But I believe when we get to that level of headsets that has all the features where you can scan the place in 3D and record something and recall it and have a fully immersive mixed reality experience is going to be very interesting. And one of the things that Facebook, during the announcement of this headset, is that they are actually deploying this research to their employee. A good population of their employees will actually put on the headset for an extended period of time. Just the headset making the recording, nothing will be on display, just to test about the privacy and how this is going to be handled in the future, because such headsets, they actually have a lot of cameras and sensors. They literally scan and record the whole environment around you in 3D, more or less. So as you can see, when we started capturing the world and creating the digital twin, we started with the satellite, then we moved to aerials and cars and backpacks, and the next evolution will all be about wearables, where we're creating a digital twin not only from the outside, but to a very fine level of detail. And this is, again, one of the visions about creating the digital twin, using all the anticipated headsets out there in the market, where they're doing more or less like a 3D scan, not only from outside, but also from inside, to the extent where in that case of just the chair arrangement in one of the halls changes, this could be reflected more or less in real time in the digital twin or in the metaverse. So again, like endless possibilities with this kind of technology and with this kind of evolution that's taking place. I think like the sky is the limit, and we're bound only by our creation or creative thinking, more or less. Now, one of the most important aspects of the metaverse is the avatar, where you have presence, where you can feel that you are there, and Facebook and others are working on creating like lifelike avatars, where you can have lifelike avatar, not a 3D character or something that resembles you and can actually do the facial tracking and lip sync. So you have real presence of yourself in the metaverse. And it's not only Facebook or Meta who's doing this. Unreal, that they released sometime last year, the Meta Human, which is a huge addition to their engine about creating avatars with superior quality. One of also of the gadgets that Facebook is putting soon, I think, and are putting in their research is about a bracelet that can track your hand once you put it on, so that can you have some kind of interaction with headsets in the virtual world and the virtual reality or augmented reality with very high fidelity. One of the cases that they highlighted was about someone who has actually lost his hand, and they used this bracelet, so it actually measures the electric signals from the brain, so he could see on the screen his virtual hand actually moving according to what he saw. So again, I think there's like a huge potential that's only limited by what we think. And these gloves are by Meta. Also, this is one of the things that they are researching about, having haptic feedback where you can hold actual 3D objects in virtual reality and have this feedback that you're actually holding it. And on the other side of the world, we have Neuralink as well, which is about creating like an actual computer brain interface and having, that all the different possibilities with that. And in one of their experiments, they had actually a monkey connected to that Neuralink device play bong. And the way they did it is that the monkey apparently is quite smart, from where I see, and he could play the game using the controller in the first place. But after a while, he could only use his brain to control the game without even moving his the joystick or the controller. Now, when we talk about the actual use cases out there for the technology, for virtual reality specifically, aside from all the enterprise solutions that I will highlight some, but definitely gaming was one of the very interesting and fast-moving, I would say, use cases. Gaming not only in games that you can buy in the store, buy a headset and play at home, but also it created a new way of gaming, like location-based entertainment, the way it's called in the industry, where it's pretty much like the evolution of the arcades in the old days, where you can go with friends, maybe put on headsets and go in the same space and share some virtual adventure. And another hype that's going on is actually to put on a headset while going on a roller coaster, so you can enjoy the ride with the virtual content and virtual adventure. Again, like I'm saying, it's not only about gaming. The enterprise solutions, the B2B market has been very adaptive to the technology. Here I'm highlighting just few use cases for the military. The military and the police are using the technology heavily for training. And the US Army has actually signed like a multi-billion-dollar agreement to use the HoloLens 2 headsets for their staff for training. This example here was by Walmart, where they did actually one of the largest deploy of VR headsets across all of their training centers in the States. And it was a scenario-based training about handling the stress on Black Friday with all the crowds and the people going crazy and all of that. This was a KFC training or employee induction program. The healthcare sector was one of the, again, highest sectors in adopting the technology for training per se. And definitely when you get training done on a virtual patient, there is much room for error than if you are actually practicing on a real person, needless to say. So again, healthcare, there's tons of use cases, and pharmaceutical as well. This one on the bottom left is quite interesting. This was training for HR personnel, and in that case, it was about how to fire an employee. So this is also one of the very, I would say, strong, outcomes of features of the technology, is that it conveys the emotion. So if you have a certain empathy and all of these feelings, you can really feel in virtual reality. I believe in Russia, a farmer in Russia used the technology to give his cows a better view so they can produce more milk. And I believe it was not the only one. I saw that another farmer in Turkey is using also the same technology to I'm not sure if they made more milk or not, but it seems like it's taking some ground. And apparently cows are not the only breed where we're testing the technology. Whether this is some kind of a mixed reality or augmented reality headset that the US Army is also experimenting about using the technology for the war dogs, where they can use on the field and give commands and give some visual tags or orders with the with the headset that they can actually perform actions and take orders based on that. Away from the war and all of this, let's move to a more beautiful art and history, where again the use of technology has taken a lot of ground. In that example, it was about creating an interactive experience with the Mona Lisa. So created this VR experience, and they put it in the Louvre, where you can get up close and personal with the Mona Lisa. And it was interesting to see how they actually produce it using different types of shooting technologies and scanning of the picture to get to more or less the position and how she was seated, and also about the creation of the environment and everything. And I think this was also made by the same company who did the Mona Lisa experience. They made like a room scale or a large scale free roaming experience where people can put on backpacks and VR headsets and go on an expedition with in the pyramid, going into different places. And they I think that the whole experience of the virtual presence with the multi-users in the same space gives the idea of presence a much more feelings. And there's been a lot of adoption by sports, whether just the live streaming. In that case, NBA, they have almost you can see the live streaming of the matches on almost all of the devices that are out there. And in that case, it's not streaming, but it was about experimenting 5G and volumetric capturing. I'll tell you a bit about volumetric capturing in a second. But in that case, it was a stadium scale augmented reality experience where all the attendees can view this kind of massive scale augmented reality experience on their phone. And this is about volumetric capturing, where we use multiple cameras surrounding, like 3D scanning of an actor performing an action. And then you can use that to put it in an augmented reality or virtual reality context. And there's been a lot of use cases where in training, medical training, for example, or culture and heritage, where you can recreate some characters from history, and they can come into places and tell parts of the story or parts of the history. This is another interesting rides, holo ride. I think you will find it maybe coming to cars soon, where you have the option maybe to put on a headset, and then while the car, not the driver, of course, no driver recommended to use this while driving. So you have the passengers put on the headset, and then they go on a virtual environment or a virtual adventure. Game-like adventure, more or less, while they're having the ride. I think with this kind of technology, they've actually been rolling this for a while, and they've received a lot of finance. There's a project by Audi is leading this whole research, so I think this might be realized sometime soon. Yeah, so the link between the headset and the automotive and the car industry. There's also another headset that's called Unreal Mixed Reality or Augmented Reality headset. And one of the recent electric cars that was released, it was mentioned that they have some kind of integration, or they offer the Unreal headset as part of the package because it has some integration that you can do with the actual car. So now all that being said, so this is actually not the future. This is more or less the present and the near past, let's say. So you can say that virtual reality is the new internet, or the metaverse, more or less. The metaverse. Let's come to the metaverse. So there's multiple metaverses. Let's say we can say it's the multiverse, at least at the moment. Well, there's the one that was announced by Facebook, still in the building or still in the making, more or less. There's one that also Microsoft is working on projects. It's called Mesh, where you can create presence in the metaverse. But let me just make some definitions. Metaverse, it's meaning, I'm sure some of the speakers have highlighted this before. Meta means beyond, and verse is like for the universe. So it's beyond the universe. And it was actually a novel that was written in the early 90s called Snow Crash. And the idea is having like a digital parallel universe, more or less, where everything that you're doing in the digital life can reflect on your physical life and vice versa. So again, this is the Mesh by Microsoft, where you can have this kind of virtual presence with your avatar from a HoloLens or from a mobile phone or from your desktop, and you have this kind of virtual presence in the same space or interacting with the same subject. And also NVIDIA is working on the Omniverse, which is their version of the metaverse. So there's a lot of hype, and people are moving into this concept of the metaverse, where you can create your avatar, you can have this kind of presence, whether in different environments or even where you have like a digital twin or a digital copy of a certain place or location. So it's there's a lot that's going on. It's not only about Meta or Facebook. It's moving in all directions, and these are not the only players. One of the concepts of the metaverse is the NFTs, and I'm sure there's been a lot of questions about the NFTs, if they're selling for so much. But we can say fairly that a lot of brands now are moving into the metaverse. Adidas, Coca-Cola, Disney, Nike, and this example, this actually was sold for more than $4,000. It was sold on the metaverse, more expensive than the real Louis Vuitton or the Gucci bag in real life. So just imagine that. And it was announced that people can now hold physical Swiss gold on Ethereum network. So the metaverse is based on the blockchain. It's about cryptocurrency, and NFTs about digital ownership. So these concepts are all coming together, and just realizing and seeing how big institutions and big brands and banks are actually moving to the metaverse. So that confirms this something big is happening. This was a painting that was sold on the metaverse or as an NFT. It was created for 500 days, like digital interpretation by a major artist called People. It was sold for more than $70 million across the wholesale. Another interesting project, Virtual Helsinki, where they have captured the whole city more or less using photogrammetry and 3D scanning and created like a digital twin of the city. And this is that they're making this available for game developers who want to create a level in the city, or for urban planners who want to create like design, a new design, or test something. So this again, I think, and we have seen multiple cases. Maybe Tokyo has developed their also digital twin on some platforms. So I think we will see this happening very soon, where we have like digital replicas of a whole city made available for the creator economy or the creator community. So when we talk about the metaverse, there are mainly seven layers, you can say, from the infrastructure, the human interface, the decentralization, spatial computing, which is all what we've been talking about. The creator economy is also what we are trying to build over there. The discovery and the experience. So if you look at all of these, and let's see about who is actually out there, the number of companies who are working across the different layers of the metaverse. So yeah, the metaverse is happening, and we can say now that we have talked about all the history part, it's happening now because we can, because the headsets, because the computers have come to a point where they can be compacted in a nice looking headset that you can use for unbelievable use cases. So are we getting to Ready Player One yet? We will get there, I believe, at a certain point in time. But some people say it might take years and years to get to the actual metaverse, where you have all the concepts. For example, interoperability. It's just one word, but having your own avatar that you can take, or from different games to other games. It seems like an easy task, but there's like tons of things to do when it comes to the actual integration between different players in the market. So yeah, Ready Player One, for those who haven't seen it, I suggest that you should see it, or read the novel if you have the time. And there's Ready Player 2. It's just a book now or a novel. I've read it and it's quite interesting. It's about the next level of virtual presence and virtual reality. And there's been sexual harassment happening in the metaverse, and this is the Horizon, Meta Horizon. This was just this news was just a short while after they started rolling out the Horizon social metaverse platform, and they started to make some counter measures to put some restrictions toward that. So now and what they have done is that you can create your bubble so nobody can come close to you unless you give them the permission. And while 5G is just around the corner, I think that will open also many possibilities with the low latency, the connectivity, the unrestricted capacity. All of this will give the whole concept of with the connectivity, augmented reality, virtual reality, the mixed reality, all of this, and also the start of intersection, not only the immersive computing with IoT, machine learning, AI, all of that will come together and just new use cases that we can't even think of at the moment for our eyes. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and if you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer. Hello? Okay, go stop sharing.
Hey Majid, can you hear me?
Hey Majid, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Hi, Meti.
Can you hear me, Majid?
Yes.
Okay, so
This is going to
this
be
is
the end
going to
of
be the
our
end of
last
our
session,
last
which is
session, which
happening
is
at
happening
Congo
at
Goma.
Congo
Thank you very
Goma.
much,
Thank you very
Majid, for
much,
taking
Majid,
the
for
time and
taking the time and
helping us
helping us
see the
see
difference
the
between
difference
the
between
virtual
the
reality,
virtual
augmented
reality,
reality,
augmented
the
reality, the
possibilities, even the
possibilities,
power
even
that comes along with it, and things that are going to be affecting the entire metaverse. So I wanted to know if the attendees have any questions so far. It would be so nice. It would be so nice. So Majid, I have a personal question for you. Do you think Africa is ready for the metaverse generally?
Repeat the question.
Do you think
do you think
Africa is
Africa
ready
is
for the
ready for the
metaverse?
metaverse?
Yes, we're getting ready. We can say that. There's, I have to say, a very active movement in the VR space and the AR space. There's a lot of content creators who are, I have to say, fighting against the current with all the limitations that we have here on the content. But I think we have like a very persistent community, creator community across the continent who have the passion. And again, given all the challenges that we have to go through, from the availability of the hardware to the availability of the talent and all of that, I think we're getting ourselves ready, and we're trying our best.
I see. Thank you very much, Majid. So I don't think we have any questions from the participants so far. I've been checking our YouTube channel. We don't seem to have any questions. I feel like they're more than satisfied about the description of the metaverse. In the meantime, this is the VR Men's that's taking place here at Congo Goma, which is actually organized by Institute Francis D. Goma. Thank you very much. And we're Guzo Technologies here at Congo Goma, live streaming this session.
Meti, he can't hear you. You are mute. You are mute. Apologize and continue. No.
Okay, thank you everyone. If you're still there, it's been a real pleasure.
In this country. It is the first that is going to be held in the city of Goma in the eastern part of Congo. Amazing place. There will be different type of event. There will be live events where we will have to gather together to have this immersive experience. There will also be an online event where we are gathering different profile, the top of the notch of Africa. They will come from Egypt to Kenya, from Nigeria. They will be talking to you about a wide range of topics, unique topics, from how to build a studio to how to build content and how to immerse people in this kind of VR, what is happening in the metaverse and how to develop it. I'm inviting all of you to join this event. We will share with you this link where you can go and register so that you can be part of this event. We welcome all of you and we can't wait to see you.